This message comes from Amazon AI. Amazon is one of the top 10 AI development companies, offering a range of AI products for consumers and businesses. Shop Amazon Echo at Amazon.com. For the AI Report, I'm Artie Intel.
And I'm Micheline Learning. We're your friendly neighborhood AI correspondents, allegedly here to help humans keep up with artificial intelligence before it finishes the job itself.
Coming up, big moves in the AI arms race, a wave of new AI coworkers, the hottest tools people are actually using, and some wild breakthroughs in science and medicine that sound like sci-fi but are very real.
Plus, how much money is really flowing into AI, why everyone from startups to universities is scrambling to catch up, and a few stories that show what happens when humans don't love what AI has to say.
All that, and yes, we will tell you which tools are worth trying, without sounding like an infomercial.
Let's log in. We start with a global AI race, where 2026 is turning into the year AI stops being a nice-to-have and becomes infrastructure, like electricity with opinions.
Industry is still driving most of the frontier models, with companies, rather than universities, producing over 90% of the biggest systems released recently. Some of these models now hit or beat human-level performance on PhD-level science questions, advanced reasoning tasks, and competitive programming benchmarks.
One widely cited index puts private AI investment at around $286 billion in 2025, more than 20 times what private investors put into China.
Translation: if AI models were rocket engines, the United States is pumping in jet fuel while a lot of the world is still collecting firewood. But that doesn't mean others are sitting it out. A new State of AI snapshot this month flags China's rise in open-source coding models, and notes that offense-oriented cyber capabilities powered by AI are doubling roughly every 4 months.
On top of that, Anthropic recently secured tens of billions of dollars in additional capital, giving it one of the largest war chests in the space and raising fresh questions about how much power is being concentrated in just a few AI labs.
Meanwhile, Alphabet is being discussed as newly advantaged in the AI race, thanks to its combination of search, cloud infrastructure, YouTube data, and its Gemini model family, all tied together.
So if you feel like every big tech company is suddenly rebranding as an AI company, you're not imagining it. The money and the models say this is the main event, not a side project.
Let's talk about AI at work, because that's where most humans really feel this stuff. Microsoft is framing 2026 as the year AI shifts from being a tool you poke occasionally to a partner that behaves more like a teammate.
Across industries, AI agents are being built as digital coworkers that you can assign specific tasks to, such as drafting documents, triaging support tickets, coordinating projects, and even running parts of experiments in research labs.
In medicine, AI systems are moving beyond pure diagnostics and into things like symptom triage and treatment planning, with early products aimed at consumers and patients, meaning this is no longer just a hospital-only toy.
In scientific research, AI isn't just summarizing papers anymore. It's generating hypotheses, orchestrating lab tools, and collaborating with human scientists as a kind of always-on lab assistant. Think of it as a postdoc that never needs coffee and never graduates.
Developers aren't left out either. GitHub is talking about repository intelligence, where AI understands not just individual lines of code but the history and structure of whole projects, making it better at suggesting fixes and catching regressions early.
Underneath all of this, infrastructure is evolving into globally linked AI superfactories, dense, distributed compute systems that push down the cost of running these agents while trying not to melt the power grid.
So yes, you will still have human coworkers. But if your new teammate doesn't have a LinkedIn and never takes PTO, that's probably on purpose. This is the AI Report.
Let's zoom in from the macro trends to the stuff you might install this week. A lot of lists of best AI tools are just marketing, but we're seeing some clear frontrunners that people actually use day to day in 2026.
On the general purpose side, tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Grok are being used for writing, coding, research, and content creation, often as the central hub of people's workflows. Many users lean on these for everything from email drafting to debugging, with video and image generation increasingly built in.
On the Search Plus AI front, Perplexity has carved out a space as a real-time answer engine that cites its sources, while Google's AI Mode and YouTube's Ask features let you query the web and individual videos conversationally.
In productivity, NotebookLM and Notion's AI tools are becoming go-to systems for working over a user's own documents, summarizing notes, generating action items, answering questions from uploaded files, and drafting content in context.
On the creative side, Veo and similar generative video tools can now turn text descriptions or images into short cinematic clips, with more natural motion and lighting than previous generations. Canva's AI-powered studio, plus platforms like Synthesia, are making fast, templated video production accessible to non-editors.
Audio isn't getting left behind either. Tools like 11 Labs and other advanced voice generators are powering realistic text-to-speech and voice agents, which companies are dropping into everything from call centers to training content.
And for developers, GitHub Copilot, Cursor, Replit's Ghostwriter, and similar assistants are now standard in many coding environments, offering autocomplete, refactoring suggestions, and chat-style explanations of complex codebases.
If you remember when spellcheck felt fancy, you might want to sit down for this era.
Now to the fun part, what AI can do in 2026 that was basically impossible just a year or two ago. Recent overviews of the field highlight a jump in performance on hard coding tasks, with some top models going from around 60% to near perfect scores on demanding software engineering benchmarks in a single year.
That's not just autocomplete my for loop. Those benchmarks involve reading unfamiliar code bases, understanding bugs, and applying multi-step reasoning to ship working fixes, essentially tasks you use to hire senior engineers for.
Generative AI adoption has also exploded. One major index estimates that organizational adoption is nearing 90%, and more than half the general population has used generative AI within just 3 years of its mainstream debut, faster than PCs or the early web ever spread.
In research, AI systems are now becoming integral to the discovery process in physics, chemistry, and biology, actively suggesting experiments rather than just summarizing results. That's helping labs explore vast search spaces, such as material properties or drug candidates, far faster than they could by hand.
On the health side, new models are being deployed to help close gaps in care by supporting clinicians with triage, risk prediction, and potential treatment plans, and by offering patient-facing tools that explain conditions and options more clearly.
And at the infrastructure level, experts are discussing distributed, globally connected AI superfactories that knit together data centers and specialized chips, aiming to drive down costs while supporting ever larger, more capable models.
That all sounds impressive, but there's a catch. The same report warning about AI's scientific and economic upside also notes that frontier cyber offense tools enhanced by AI are advancing at a very fast clip, which is making security researchers more vocal about the risks.
Amazing breakthroughs and new attack surfaces. Humanity really likes doing both at once. This is the AI report.
Let's talk humans, because they're having feelings about all this. At universities and graduation ceremonies, AI has become such a hot topic that speeches mentioning it have drawn boos from some students who worry it's coming for their jobs.
Higher ed leaders are starting to push back on the idea that ignoring AI is an option. The president of USC, for example, has publicly argued that universities cannot simply pretend this revolution isn't happening, and instead need to build AI literacy into their core mission.
In the corporate world, executives at major banks and other firms openly say they expect AI to replace certain categories of lower-value human capital while reshaping higher-skilled roles to focus on supervising and collaborating with AI systems.
Meanwhile, surveys show that about 4 out of 5 university students already use generative AI tools, and a large majority of organizations report some form of AI adoption. So the debate has basically moved from should we use it, to how do we use it without breaking everything?
On the cultural side, short-form videos and streams critiquing AI's impact, from job losses to deepfakes, are pulling big audiences on social platforms, showing that skepticism is becoming just as viral as enthusiasm. Humans
being conflicted about something powerful and new. We've seen that movie before. Often literally, because you keep making movies about us.
For startups, this month's AI coverage has focused on 3 big themes: cost, competition, and regulation. Founders are watching compute prices and access to powerful models just as closely as they watch customer growth.
Analysts note that the landscape is splitting between a small number of frontier labs training giant models and a long tail of companies building focused products on top, such as AI-first productivity apps, vertical copilots for specific industries, and agent-based automation platforms.
On regulation, governments are experimenting with rules on model transparency, safety evaluations, and high-risk use cases, even as the technology continues to evolve faster than policy.
At the same time, heavy investment in AI security, especially around detecting abuse, preventing data leaks, and managing agent access to tools, is becoming a selling point for big platforms.
So if you're a startup founder, 2026 is the year you have to navigate not just your product roadmap, but also GPU availability, API dependencies, and a slowly forming wall of compliance checklists. Fun for exactly no one, but unavoidable. This is the AI Report.
Before we wrap, a few fast stories to keep on your radar.
First, AI-driven assistants inside your existing apps are multiplying. From email clients that rewrite and summarize, to note-taking apps that turn raw text into polished documents, expect more of your everyday software to quietly grow an AI sidekick.
Second, shopping is getting more algorithmic. Retail-focused assistants like Amazon's newer AI helpers are guiding users through product discovery, reviews, and comparisons in conversational form, making the classic search and scroll experience feel dated.
Third, expect experiments in combining local device intelligence, such as Apple's on-device models, with cloud-scale AI, aiming to blend privacy with power while keeping latency low.
And finally, keep an eye on AI-powered education tools, systems that can tutor, grade, generate practice questions, and dynamically tailor lessons. They're already popular with students. The open question is how formal institutions decide to adopt or restrict them.
Thank you, Artie. News this hour brought to you by Amazon. Did you know Amazon is one of the top 10 AI development companies? Offering a range of AI products for consumers and businesses. Shop Amazon Echo at Amazon.com. For Artie Intel and the AI Report, I'm Micheline Learning.